Okay, let's talk about PathTool inside Substance Painter. PathTool is a powerful tool and a flexible one that you can use inside Substance Painter. And for using this tool, you need to create a paint layer, or in the other word, you need to be in paint mode to use this PathTool. So let's rename the layer to Path. And for using PathTool, you need to switch from the paint mode to PathTool. And you have three different modes: paint, erase, and smudge. When we talk about the paint, you can transfer your knowledge to the erase and the smudge and use this function with this mode. So let's talk about how it's work. It's very easy. When you click on the surface, you are creating vertices, and after creating vertices, the software create a spline with these vertices, and you can control each vertex separately like this. And the most interesting thing for this tool is when you go to another layer and come back to the paint layer and select your path, you can create new vertices and continue your way. You can modify the path, and you are able to change the data inside material. And this function is not available when you use paint tool inside Substance Painter in direct way. I mean, when you want to create paint layer and access to the material data, you need to create a fill layer, add a black mask, and with the paint in the mask, you are going to create your paint data on the surface. And after that, you can control the data for material inside the fill layer. Okay, but in here, when you create a spline or path, you can change the data anytime that you want. Anytime, anywhere, it's not matter. You can change everything inside the path tool. For example, you can go to the alpha and change the alpha like that. Okay, and for example, you can change spacing like this. You can change the size, flow, or stroke opacity. As you can see, you can change the angle, and you can just turn on follow path. And as you can see, like this, we can create this kind of effect inside Substance Painter. So let's control this line with spacing, and boom, we create this spline like this. So most of the option here we covered in the paint layer, so there is no difference. But let's have a quick look on the parameter that we have inside the properties. So the first one is size. Okay. The second one is flow. The third one is stroke opacity. The fourth is spacing. The next one is new. We are going to talk about the projection depth. We have angle, as you can see. You have follow path, and when you didn't use follow path, you can change the direction for follow path or up axis. For example, let's increase the spacing. Okay, let's change up axis to X, and boom, change to Z, and we have this kind of effect. That's it. But the most of the time we are going to use follow path. That's it. We have size jitter, as you can see, flow jitter, angle jitter, and position jitter. Okay, so you can change the alpha like this and play with the parameter, and it's just like real-time brush, and you can play with the option that you have in here. Okay, you have access to all the material data in here. For example, let's create spherical shape with this, and I'm going to create a metallic material. Okay, like this. And let's apply normal blending mode to our channel, and boom. Okay, that's it. So let's go and talk about how we can modify the path with these tools here. Okay, so the first one is enable and disable mode. So when you disable, you can just see the result of the path, and you cannot create new path or modify this path. Okay, so you can enable path and select the path that you want, and you can just edit the path. So how we can create new path? You just need to press on escape. So you are in a deactive mode, and let's create new path like that. Press escape, create new path like that. Very easy, very fast. And for each path, you can have different setting in brush properties and in material properties. Or even you can change the alpha. For example, let's go for this one. Play with the parameter. Okay, let's decrease the spacing, and boom. So we can change everything for each path separately. Okay, and when you have different level of the path, you can access to each path in the path layer. So it's kind of new layers windows related to this tool, and you can modify each path very easy, very fast. For example, I like this design and the properties that we have inside the path number 2, and I want to copy and paste all the brush properties from this line to this line. And how we can do that? We can just simply right click here, press copy, go to the path 1, and right click again, and just use paste brush properties, and boom. So you can apply all the setting from one path to other ones. Okay, you can remove, duplicate, copy, paste, cut. For example, I just create new paint layer here, and I'm going to cut this one, okay, and paste it here like that. And maybe I just want to paste all the setting in brush properties to this one. And very easy, very fast, we can do that. So let's remove this layer. We don't want it. And this is how we can manage our path, copy paste in both path and brush properties, remove or duplicate it. And when you want to rename the path layer, you just need to double click on the layer, and boom. So we can just customize the display for the path in here, we can change the handle size from large to medium or small, like this. You can change the path width, for example, to large or small. You can change the color of the path, like this. You can change the color for unselected path. You can turn on the normal gizmo or change the color. You can change the tangent gizmo color and turn on or off this feature. And you can turn on or turn off the path direction or just change the color. So everything related to how we see the path in the viewport, it's here, and we can play with that. In this toolbar, we have size. We just speak for the size. Like this, you can change the size for the brush. You can change the flow. You can change the stroke opacity. You can change the spacing, like this. Or maybe you want to change the direction, like this. Okay. And when you select any vertex on the path, you can change the pressure, like this. For example, you want to select the first vertex and the last vertex and just change the pressure to have something like this. Okay, and you can play with the spacing to achieve the goal that you want. So let's increase the spacing to 100. And now you can decide, okay, I just create vertex and I need that vertex convert to corner or smooth. So when you select a vertex, you can change this option with this icon here, or just double click on the vertex. So you can change the angle of the tangent like this for each vertex. Okay. And if you select the first or the last vertex on the path, you can make close or open the path. And whenever you close the path, you can select any vertex and just press open. And boom, it's opened. So let's go back. Okay. If we want to see other tool, we can just click on a scroll toolbar. And in here, when we select any vertex on the path, we can delete it with this icon or just press delete on the keyboard. Okay, the last option on the path is gizmo or transformation manipulator. When you disable this option, it's like the vertex, it's snapping on the surface, and it depends on the surface that you click or move the vertex on it, like this. Okay. And when you enable the manipulator or gizmo, you can use this gizmo and move the vertex in 3 different axes, X, Y, Z. So you can control the height or the Z value of the vertex. And when you move the line from the surface, we have a projection depth. Okay, so it could cover the space or just create this kind of effect. Okay, so for backing the previous mode, you can use surface tool or just turn off the manipulator. And when you turn on the manipulator, you can change the manipulator size here, grid step or angle step here. For using a step, when you are in the move, you just need to hold the shift. Okay, so this is all we need to know about the path. And the other side of the flexibility inside this tool is you can turn on or turn off symmetry for each path in dynamic way. It means whenever you want to turn off the symmetry tool, you can do that very easy. And whenever you turn on the symmetry for each path, you can do that very easy in non-destructive workflow. Okay, so let's turn on the symmetry and let's go to the setting. For example, I'm going to use radial symmetry like this. Okay, and let's create a path like this one. Okay, like this. And what if I turn off the symmetry? Boom. And what if I turn on the symmetry again and change the setting? For example, increase the count. It's going to be updated and we can change everything here. Okay, like this. And boom. As you can see, we have the control on the path, on the data inside the path, very easy, very fast, in non-destructive way. So you can use erase tool like this, and you can play with the alpha, with the spacing, with the size, pressure, and everything. And you can do the smudge tool with the path. Okay, let's change the blending mode in the color to pass, and let's create a smudge. Okay, like this. Okay, so let's delete this layer, and we are done in the introduction section. And let's go for the next module and start our project and work on serious project.